All right, I've got my GoPro mounted on my chest. I'm gonna go for a walk. This is the view from my balcony in Waikiki. So you can see here I got the GoPro mounted on my chest. So nice day. Let's go for a walk. So there's Diamond Head over there. Gotta grab my sunglasses out of the car. So, like I've said in another video, there's a guy in Ottawa, Canada that does this where he films while he goes for a walk. His YouTube channel is called Ottawa Walks. And I just saw another one. I haven't checked it out. I saw it in the list of things that I could have watched, but I didn't actually click on it. But it was Tokyo Walks. You see all this white bird poop. This is from the white terns. They have a baby up here in the tree. You can see right there that white fluffy thing right there. He's right on the knot. He's moving around a lot now. He's getting bigger. He's looking right at me. But yeah, the parents, they fly out over the ocean and catch fish and come back and feed the birds, feed the baby. They lay their eggs right on the branch. They don't build a nest. They lay their eggs right on the branch. And then also these birds only nest in the city in Honolulu. And you see them flying around in groups of 2 or 3, and they're doing all kinds of crazy, you know, aerobatic. I think usually you see them in like groups of 3 because it's the parents teaching the youngling how to fly and hunt and fish. look at the Japanese lanterns. That's the Ritz-Carlton. I don't know whether to call those Japanese lanterns or Chinese lanterns. Looks a little more Chinese. So I'm going to go over here and get some coffee. So this building to my right here, that's the Ritz-Carlton. The Ritz-Carlton Residences. And so this tower right here is part of it. And then this store at the bottom, the name says Island Country Markets, but it's actually an ABC store. But it has a coffee place inside, and it's also got a deli. So yeah, this is like one of the nicest ABC stores. All right, got my coffee. This is a iced latte breve with caramel. What are these guys doing? They're stopped at a crosswalk. You guys okay? There's no stop sign here. Guy was stopped at a crosswalk. There was no stoplight or anything, but I guess maybe it looked like there should have been. Anyway, got my iced latte breve with caramel and then a pastry. It's hot right now, so I'll let it cool down. So this is Kuhio Street, Kuhio Court. And so my apartment is the big one right there, the brown one. So over here on the left is a Thai restaurant and the gay bar. And the Surf Jack Hotel is to the left. Oh, this used to be Whaler's General Store. That was in a previous video. There was another store down here that was shut down that I couldn't remember the name of. It was the same as this. So it's been shut down since COVID. There's an IHOP on the right. Courtyard Marriott on the left. Waikiki Walk. Oh, Rivals Sports Bar. It's a pretty cool place. I've got a friend that works here, Shannon.
Have a good day.
Chase Hawaii. So this place here makes sandwiches. They're basically a grilled cheese sandwich. Aloha melt. This statue of the sumo wrestler over here used to be in Waimanalo, but it fell down. And so I guess these guys must have bought it or something. This is Akibono, one of the 3 famous sumo wrestlers from Hawaii. So that's Akibono. Another one is Kanishiki. I can never remember the other guy's name. It starts with an M. It's like Matsumari or something like that. So over here on the right used to be the duty-free shopping center. It closed during COVID and it still hasn't opened yet. I don't think they plan on reopening it. Even until very recently, the Japanese visitors have not come back in the numbers that they were before, because they only lifted their ban on travel about 2 months ago. It was still to where if you left the country, whenever you came back, you had to quarantine for 2 weeks. So these are the Waikiki trolleys on the right. You've got the different lines, the pink line, yellow line, blue line. Each one of them has a different route that mostly takes you to the shopping centers and shopping areas. Straight in front of us, let's see, this is Royal Hawaiian. So straight in front of us takes you to the Sheraton Waikiki and the Royal Hawaiian. And then this is on the right side of the road is the Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center. Downstairs here's a Japanese food hall. It's like a food court that is mostly Japanese restaurants. So in Waikiki and around this area, the crosswalks, the red hand means don't walk. When the red hand starts flashing, like it is now, and it's counting down from 20 seconds, the flashing red hand means do not enter the crosswalk. So if you've already entered the crosswalk, you have that 20 seconds or whatever it is in order to complete your crossing. But if you have not entered the crosswalk, it means do not enter the crosswalk. The countdown timer was meant for elderly or people who are slow walking to let them know how much time they have to get out of the crosswalk. But the flashing red hand means do not enter the crosswalk. A lot of people argue that, oh, I've still got 20 seconds. Or when it gets all the way down to like 2 seconds, they're arguing, no, I still have 2 seconds. No, as soon as that red hand started flashing, that means do not enter the crosswalk. In a lot of cases, there are cars that are waiting to turn, usually to turn left, and those cars cannot complete their turn. And then there's a line of cars behind them as well. And then as soon as that countdown timer gets to 0, their light turns red and then they can't turn. So you can only enter the crosswalk while that sign is white. It has the figure of the walking man. So across the street on the right is the Cheesecake Factory. So yeah, along this part of the sidewalk, mostly on this side, not the other side, due to like unwritten rules that they have here. It's an understanding that you can do your street performing on this side, but the brass line right there is the private, supposed private property line, and so you have to be on the right side of the line. So that's the public sidewalk. But look, there's another brass line there, so that's really confusing. There's 2 brass lines. So yeah, that brass line is not the official property line, but that's the line that the police will use whether you're on the private property. See here it says public easement per agreement with the city. When they redid the International Marketplace, when they reopened again, Michael Daly was the first person to set up street performing here. He was an artist, and the police came and told him that he couldn't be here because of that easement. The International Marketplace was saying that they now own all the property all the way out to the sidewalk. But Michael stood up to him, stood up to the International Marketplace and the police, and then that opened the window for everybody else to move in, and so the street performers are back on the sidewalk. So over here on the right is the Moana Surfrider Hotel. This was the first hotel in Waikiki out of the ones that still exist anyway. There was one way down there, but it was basically just a house. Anyway, this was 1901, the Moana Surfrider. It's now a Westin, which I believe is probably owned by Marriott now. But they call it the First Lady of Waikiki. I was here in the 90s when they, the courtier with the pillars there, they got some old pictures and redid that because that covered area there wasn't there. And so they had to get old pictures to see what it looked like before in order to recreate it. That was back in the 90s. Wow, this dark colored shirt is getting kind of hot. It's actually kind of cool today. It's only 77 degrees, which is pretty cool. It's January. See the signage on the back of the vans there. That's their permit number, so be really careful about getting into a tour van that has no permit number on the back because they probably don't have commercial insurance. So if you get into an accident, you might not be covered. So before you get into a tour van, look for that permit number on the side. So that was the Jehovah Witnesses, and then up here on the left we've got the face cream Nazis that will chase you down to get you to try their samples to come into their store to buy face cream. And I don't know why they target people like me, like an old man. Like, I'm gonna buy face cream that's like $500. Across the street to the right is the police station. They call it the substation because it's not the real police station. It's just like a small branch. And then Waikiki Beach to the right. To our left is the Hyatt Regency Hotel. To the right is the Duke Kahanamoku statue. The Duke is kind of the godfather of surfing. He helped bring surfing to places like California and Australia. Kid in the blue t-shirt, his t-shirt said Make-A-Wish Kid, so this must be his Make-A-Wish trip. So on that corner right there above the orange umbrellas is Leahi restaurant. So that friend that I was talking about, Shannon, that's where she works now. I've eaten there once, right when they first opened, like as we were recovering from COVID, and it was really good, but their live music is usually too loud for me. There's a surf shop underneath there where you can rent your surf equipment to go surfing right here. Yeah. This is where the homeless usually sleep, but it looks like they just sprayed it down. Sometimes the ambassadors, the Aloha ambassadors, come out here with the high. Here's more face cream Nazis on the left with a high pressure washer in order to wash down the sidewalk. So I think I see them walking ahead of me. We're in the yellow shirts. Those are the Aloha ambassadors. They work for the Waikiki Business Improvement District Association, which is it's like a club kind of, where all of the businesses in Waikiki have a membership that they pay into, and then they kind of like rule Waikiki, and they make up all the rules and work with the government officials about getting things done. And then they have these guys that clean the sidewalks, and they'll answer your questions, like if you need to know how to get somewhere. And they report things, like if there's a crime going on, they'll report it. So on the left here is the Alohi Lani Hotel. And the Japanese restaurant Morimoto, famous Japanese chef. Cheeseburger in paradise. OMG Oahu Mexican Grill up on the second floor here by the ABC stores. It's pretty good. Oh, this next block is the worst block for the face cream people, because there's two in a row. And my friend Dave, who is Jewish himself, calls them the Jewish face cream Nazis or something like that. So there's the guy. He's on his phone, so he's probably not going to attack the people as much as the girls would. But yeah, those guys are all from Israel. Most of them are formerly in the Israel military. And then they're kind of in servitude over here, where if they don't work and sell, they'll get sent back to Israel or sent back somewhere. And so they're like, they'll really hound you. So there's another one down here. The guy's just standing in the doorway with his skinny jeans and no socks. And then there was the girl standing out front. But she wasn't being very aggressive. Oh, there's another one, the guy in the black shirt there. But yeah, those guys are con artists, man. They get these old ladies in there, and they'll get them for like $500. You know, they'll get them to buy for like $500 worth of product. So this crepe place over here is really good. Back when I used to live just a couple of blocks from here, I used to come here. They've taken their tables away. The tables are usually, oh, it looks like they're glazing the floor. They just reglazed the floor. But yeah, I usually come here and get a crepe. I get the Waikiki. It's basically just ham and cheese. But then I also get an acai bowl to go. Take that home and put it in the fridge and eat it later. Or acai bowl. Over here to the right is the Waikiki Wall. It's the Kapahulu Groin. Kapahulu is the name of the street right here by the zoo. The Kapahulu Groin. This is a good boogie boarding spot. This one, the surfboards aren't allowed in the area. Only softboards with no fins. So over here is the zoo, the Honolulu Zoo. Further down the road this way is the aquarium, and Diamond Head is right there behind those trees. So I'm gonna go out here and eat my pastry. It's like noon, so the sun is kind of beating down, even though it's 12:47. Even though it's nice and cool today because we had a front come in, so we've got a nice cool breeze. So you're not supposed to pedal on the sidewalk on this side of the street, but the enforcement here is pretty bad. Especially something like that, you should need a food license. guy's cutting up food with his hands. No food permit, but you know, will the cops do anything about it? I mean, the cops are so undermanned, you know, that they can't take care of every little thing like that. We got a new police chief a couple of years ago that was female, and she's gone already. But when she took office, she had a press conference, and in that she had mentioned that they're only about 70% staffed from what they really need. So, you know, why don't they hire more? So crime has gotten really bad here. We had a shooting just a couple of days ago over on Lure Street by Kelly O'Neill's Irish Bar. I think the guy might have died. I don't know. Wow, the water's really clear. Look at this. So yeah, really shallow right here. The kids jump in the water right there where that little sand thing is. Like right where that guy is standing with the striped shorts, the kids jump off the wall there, but it's really shallow. So you don't jump at places like this where there's the reef underneath. So it's only about 3 feet deep, and that's coral. It'll cut you pretty bad. Oh, there's a guy on a boogie board catching a wave right here. Check it out. And there's Diamond Head over there. So this is the boogie board spot that they call a wall. So it's really small today. Normally these guys would be catching the waves out there by that white buoy. That's the normal takeoff spot when it's big. The buoys out there are saying that this area here, that you can't have surfboards in here. So no hard boards with fins, only the soft boogie boards with no fins. So the buoys go all the way across right there. And then the next surf spot over there, that's Queens. And then the next one over there where there's more people, that's Canoes. And then you see where that boat is coming in there with the sail down. Kind of out to the left behind him is where I surf. That's called Pops. It's a long paddle out, so you don't get very many people out there, so it's not as crowded. And it's got like 3 or 4 takeoff spots out there, so makes it easier to try to find a peak where you can get a wave to yourself. But yeah, this is really shallow. They call this graveyards over here. You can see the coral reef sticking out of the water right there. So then the pink hotel right there, that's the Royal Hawaiian. To the right of that is the Moana Surf Rider, the first one, 1901. Royal Hawaiian was second. The big yellow monstrosity behind that is the Sheraton Waikiki. To the left of that is the Hale Kalani. Behind that is the Outrigger, and then to the right of that would be the Trump Tower. The 2 twin buildings right here, that's the Hyatt Regency. I'm gonna eat my pastry now. So you see where it's all wet right here? This is where the kids jump, so that whenever they jump, they're not landing on the hard reef there. There's a little sand spot here that they land in. I don't know if you guys can see that. There. Hey, maybe we'll get to see somebody jump. Here comes a wave. So you land right on top of the wave so that the water's a little bit deeper. Woo! There we go. And that's why it's all wet up here. God, got me all wet, but I got the shot. Got water all over my sunglasses, salt water. So throw this trash away and then I'll wash this off. It's probably got water on the lens of the GoPro too, huh? Oh. So the guy cutting up the fruit went to give a sample to the guy on the bicycle, and he had a piece of mango that was still stuck to the knife blade, and so he tried to do a karate chop kind of thing so that the mango would fall off of the knife blade into the man's hand, but it took him like 3 tries to do it. Meanwhile, the blade of the knife was like chopping at the man's hand, missing him by like an inch. So you see this big square thing here behind the net. They put a movie, they show movies here, like when they have the premiere of Hawaii Five-0, they'll do it here on the beach. And before COVID, that would have been out. Before COVID, they would do things like on Friday night, they would show movies here. I think I saw Kung Fu Panda here. So to the left over here is the Honolulu Zoo. Let me make sure this thing's recording. Yeah. So Honolulu Zoo over there. There's a statue. There's a statue of Gandhi right there under the tree. Sorry, what?
You do astronomy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know how to do astrophysics?
No, I do astrophotography, just amateur, you know, I just hook up my camera. I used to set up the telescope on the sidewalk over here and let people look through it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I might start doing that again.
Oh.
Yeah, people call me the telescope guy.
Oh, what about the Hubble Space Telescope?
Oh yeah, that's pretty awesome. Even better is the James Webb.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's the new one.
The Hubble Space Telescope anyways?
Well, it's only used for science, so you have to be a scientist in order to look through it. Yeah. All right, man, have a good day.
Okay.
Surfer on a wave. Some Bob Marley. So these banyan trees with the roots hanging down, these are originally from India and China. So the banyan tree, it's in the fig family. Another name for them is the strangler fig because they often use another tree as a support and they grow around that tree and end up strangling that tree. And so a lot of times those things will be hollow in the middle because the tree that they used as a support dies and rots away, which leaves a hollow section inside the middle of the tree. And then they can become a hazard, you know, as far as like falling on things. Oh, shower broken. All right, need to get the city on that. Come fix the shower. This place is falling apart. Past couple of mayors that we've had have been really bad. The homeless situation has gotten really bad. Some more trash. Oh, trash cans right there. Photographer? Me too.
What do you
I use a Canon, like 5D SR or 77D is my favorite.
Oh,
Yeah. Where are you from?
Japan.
Yeah, I live here.
Oh, yeah.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Lie.
Yeah.
Lie.
Yeah.
Oh, Carrie.
Carry.
Yeah, nice to meet you. How much longer are you going to be in Hawaii?
I came 6
Huh?
morning and I will leave in day after tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Very short.
Yeah. What part of Japan?
At Tokyo.
Tokyo. Yeah, awesome.
Are you taking now?
Yeah. I'm doing a walking video,
Ah.
so I'm trying not to point it at you.
Ah,
So
yeah.
yeah,
That's nice.
yeah.
Interesting.
I do astrophotography,
Oh.
so I'll hook it up to a telescope. The picture that's on my T-shirt,
Yeah.
that's the Andromeda Galaxy. So I took that picture with my telescope.
Ooh, what a beautiful.
Yeah. It doesn't come out very good on the T-shirt, but yeah, on the print it's better.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting. Yes,
Are you here by yourself?
Me?
Are you here by yourself?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I also own a tour company,
Oh.
so we give tours of the island.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's called Custom Island Tours.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. No. Okay. Nice to meet you.
Okay, nice to meet you. Bye bye. Yeah, it's kind of awkward with the camera still going. I guess I could have turned it off. Let's see, is it still going? Yeah. So when I do my night walks, this place right here is really cool to walk out to the end. At night, you're usually like almost the only person there, and then you got these lights here, so it's really light here. But by the time you get out to the end there, you're far enough away from the lights that you can see the stars. And so right now, early in the morning, wow, early in the morning out this way, you can see the Southern Cross. This is the only state in the United States where you can see the Southern Cross because we're far enough south. guy I know that works for the IFA, the Astronomy Institute here, posted this morning that when he went on his walk this morning that he saw the Southern Cross this morning. So that must have been like just before sunrise. And so it'll rise a little bit earlier each day. So like maybe wow, look at all the, you guys probably can't see it, but there's little fish in there. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, they're following me. Anyway, yeah, the Southern Cross, it'll rise a little bit earlier each day. From what I remember, March and April is the best time to see it, you know, at a decent time in the evening, and it would be right out here. So that's south. And so what you'll see first is these two bright stars. That'll be Alpha and Beta Centauri, and then those two kind of point to the right to where the Southern Cross is, and then you'll see the four point stars with the fifth star in the middle that's just a little offset. And so that cross, if you follow it down, points to where the southern, there is no southern star, but if there was, that points down to where it is. So that gives you the general direction of where south is. Those little fish are following me. They're right there again. Oh, there's a crab. Yeah, the little black crabs on the rocks, the Hawaiian name for those are A'ama. A''A''M'. So the apostrophe is a guttural stop, so it's A'ama. So again, there's the Sheraton Waikiki and the Royal Hawaiian. Then you get the mountains way over there. That's where Makakilo is. That's the Waianae mountain range. So that's what's left of the Waianae volcano. So this island was made from two volcanoes. And so that was the first volcano. That was formed 3.5 million years ago. And then the mountains that are behind Waikiki is the second volcano. That's Ko'olau. That was formed 2 million years ago. But anyway, yeah, this is a really cool place, especially at night. There's Diamond Head. And then these apartments over here to the right, they call this area the Gold Coast because they're really expensive. So yeah, this is a really cool place to just come out, especially at night, and just chill. Check out the stars. The moon rises right over here. And then you normally get the planets overhead. Wow, all my ice is melted in my iced latte. Oh, over there you see that little white thing with the steps coming down to the right. That's the natatorium. It's a memorial to World War I, and then it has that wall that's like a saltwater swimming pool, and that's where Duke Hanamoko used to practice swimming for the Olympics back in the 30s. But it's falling apart, and for the past, not the current mayor, but the mayor before that, for the past 3 or 4 mayor sessions, they kept talking about how they were going to repair it, and he keeps having a news conference about how they're going to repair it, but then still absolutely nothing has been done about it. They keep discussing about, you know, what their options are as far as, you know, either saving the pool area or just taking the pool area away and just leaving the monument. Uh-oh, phone call. All right, so yeah, the phone call was one of my tour drivers calling about the tour that he's going to do for Saturday. Oh, some guys snorkeling out here. Oh, some Japanese. Oh, there's a lot of people snorkeling out here. Yeah, I snorkel sometimes. I'll start at the end of the wall out there and then do a diagonal across here over here. I don't know if you guys can see it on camera, but there's a reef sticking out of the water right there. If you swim just the other side of that, it just drops off. And when you get to about straight out in front of here, there's usually this big school of fish that are about like this, that are solid black. They're called like a blade or shovel fish or something like that. And then sometimes there's schools of alua, bluefin trevally jackfish that are like that. So you get like 30 of those out there, about where that wave is breaking out there, just the other side of that wave. So you start at the wall over there and you come diagonally. The water isn't usually very clear. Sometimes if you've had a couple of days in a row where the water has been absolutely calm with no waves, then it's good. There's a surf spot right out there. You see the surfer just went, oh, there's the surfers over here. They're more inside right now because it's really small, but when it's big, they're like furthest out there. But it's really shallow because you got to be really careful about these pieces of the reef sticking up out of the water. But that surf spot is called Publix. But yeah, this is cool for snorkeling because it's really shallow. So you know, you've only got like 2 or 3 feet to the bottom, so you can see the bottom. And then there's little fish in here, mostly manini. That's the Hawaiian name for the convict tang. It's got the black and yellow vertical stripes. So manini, and then you got these little pipe-shaped fish. I forget the name of them. They look like swordfish, but like a mini version of it. Sometimes you'll see eels. Oh, they're feeding the fish. Wow. Oh, there's some tangs in there. Oh, there's some big fish in there. Oh, the sparrows. The sparrows will land in your hand.
They will. I threw 3 at it. You put them in your hand. I threw 3 at it. They'll come there. Come right there. Hold it there. Hold it.
Wait, you remember like in Home Alone where he feeds the birds out of the field?
Oh, there's our state fish there, the humu humu nuku nuku apua'a.
Yep.
It's a triggerfish is the regular name for it. Oh, there's another. Yeah, there's another humu humu. Oh, and then there's all those little pike fish. Oh, so there's 3 humus now. There's 2 here and there's 1 over there.
That's pretty good. You got a little GoPro on your.
Yeah, just doing a walking tour.
Nice.
What are the bigger fish called? No, it's okay.
There was the dark one was a Polani, but these gray ones, I don't know what the gray ones are.
Okay.
We used to see Kala in here all the time.
There's a parrotfish right there.
Yeah, I thought I saw one little kala.
The collar's over on this side.
Oh, really?
Sometimes the eel comes up.
Yeah. Oh,
The oat eel, that was an oat eel, but actually eel actually does come up here too. There's a balloon fish right there.
oh, is that bonefish or is that mullet?
No, bonefish.
That's bonefish.
How many colors come out here? Usually right in this area here, there's an eel, you'll pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the pictures are gathering.
Oh, there's a pile of them behind you.
Because I forgot a whole piece of bread.
See the eel come out.
Look at that. Oh no, this is piling up. They're trying to get
So these big long fish here, they kind of look like mullet. Well, apparently the battery died. So I've got another battery. All right, new battery. Still got over an hour left on the memory card. Yeah, 64 gig memory card. Oh, it's too bad. I was just telling you about, there was a guy at the lifeguard stand over here. He looked like a local guy. He must have got a cut. He was at the lifeguard stand. Looks like they were taking care of his cut from the reef. I saw him pointing out like he was telling the lifeguard where he was when he got cut. But yeah, if you get cut by the coral here, it's pretty bad. It'll leave a scar. You got to take care of it. There's an old myth that if you get cut by the coral and you don't take care of it, that the coral will start growing in the wound. I don't know if that's true or not. Oh, look, another broken shower. Come on, city. Is it broken or is that just... Oh, it's telling you to turn the water off and that it drains into the ocean, so don't put anything bad in here. But yeah, the tourists are really bad about leaving the showers on, and so now they've put in those handles that you have to physically be holding it in order to wash off, which makes it really hard to wash down your surfboard with one hand holding the surfboard and the other one holding the knob. But anyway, yeah, the cuts from the coral's very sharp, and even if you take care of it, it can leave a scar. It just doesn't heal very well. So down here is the aquarium, and then the path is blocked here, and then beyond that is the natatorium that I was talking about, the old World War I memorial with the pool where the Duke used to swim. Oh, there's a crab. See him right there. Gave him the move so you can see him. Oh, he jumped from one rock to another. Oh, so the beach over there where the blue umbrellas are, that's Kaimana Beach. It's a really nice beach. I better throw this thing away. It's getting warm. So that Kaimana Beach or Sanssouci Beach, both of those are names of hotels that are in that area. But that's a popular spot for the monk seals, the Hawaiian monk seals, to come up onto the beach to either rest or to have their pups. So here's the Waikiki Aquarium. Oh, there goes the police. You know, I've never been inside here. It looks so small. I've just never been enticed to go inside. I mean, I do snorkeling and stuff myself, so. This is the closest I've ever been. Oh, looks like most of the back is open. And then they've got a luau over here. One of the tour companies in Waikiki started this, the Diamond Head Luau. Oh, no, it's food trucks and stuff right now. Oh, now I'm going to be stuck. Is that open? Nope. I gotta go back.
And he went to his brother's bathroom party.
So here's the War Memorial. So this thing is just falling apart. And so it's closed, you can't go inside because it's a hazard. I don't think in the history of me living in Hawaii going all the way back to the 80s that this thing has ever been open. So this is Kaimana Beach. As a matter of fact, one of the pups that the Hawaiian monk seals had on this beach, they named the pup Kaimana. It's a really chill beach. The area in the front is good for swimming, and then there's a channel that goes out to that orange the orange windsock. And so there's a lot of people here that do swimming. They'll swim out to the flag and back. So yeah, most tourists wouldn't know about this beach. So this is usually a lot of locals, like in the late afternoon, they'll just come hang out here with their friends. So that corner over there is usually where the monk seal comes to have their pups. But last time I was here, the monk seal was on the beach over here. So you can see the channel going out to the windsock. Shallow reef on the right, there's a reef on the left, but there's a channel in the middle that the swimmers use. I might go get a water. Let's turn the camera off. Alright, got me some water at this little store here at the corner of the Kaimana Hotel. So the Kaimana Hotel, it has a really nice restaurant. I've never eaten there, but my ex-girlfriend, who was Japanese, always raved about how great this restaurant was here. So this place seems to be really popular with the Japanese tourists. But Kaimana, and then past that is Sansusi, and then really nice restaurant down that way, Michelle's. It's spelled kind of like Michael's, but it's Michelle's. And also the Elk Club, or the Outrigger Canoe Club, is down that way. But I'm gonna kind of head back. Oh, also the water fountain. There's the white water fountain over there. So these big trees here with the pine needles on them, those are ironwood trees. They're originally from Australia, and they were used here to help with the erosion on the beaches. But they've got these little pine cones. They're about the size of like a small ball bearing that not very fun to walk on. Oh, so this is Kapiolani Park. It's got a good view of Diamond Head Crater. So there's the hike to the top up there. So this is Kapiolani Park. So this is going to be really hot, so I'm going to go back under the trees. Oh. See, here are those little pine cones that I was talking about. So that's not very fun to walk on. Oh, you hear those birds? Those are the green parrots. Those things have just exploded in numbers here. The bird walking here, that's a myna bird. Those things are originally from India. This tree looks like it's dead. So these ironwood trees are in the same family as the cypress trees, like in the swamps in Florida.
Like everybody.
Was a teenage world.
Every year.
Oh. So those bins that those guys are carrying out there, that looks like that's probably snorkel gear. So I'm betting that one of these tour companies is doing their snorkeling over here somewhere. So that's a tour van. Oops.
You rent the kid in for free? You rent the kid in for free, huh? Yes, on beach market. Yeah, there's like the photo.
So it looked like it was a surf school. She looked really elegant in her hat. Oh wow, there's a green parrot there. That thing's huge. Probably can't see it, but it's in the tree right up there. Oh, there's two sitting together. There's one on the other side of the branch. So you see the van here. Oh, California plates. This is a popular place for people who sleep in their vehicles to park. So there's no parking meters here. One of the few places where it's free to park. So the park is closed from 12 a.m. to 5 a.m. Most parks on this island are closed from 10 p.m. till 5 a.m. So if you're like me and you like to do astrophotography, all of the public parks are off limits to doing that after 10 p.m. Wow, look at all the mopeds over here. This is weird that they're all just decided to park in the same spot. I wonder what this sign used to say. Something about bicycles. Oh, the banners, the blue banners on the poles here is the Sony Open. So we have the Sony Open every January at the Kahala at YLI Country Club. The helicopter you hear going by, that is Magnum PI helicopters. Alright, entering back into Waikiki. This is Kapahulu Street. Way down the street is Leonard's Bakery, where they have the malasadas. So this is a bike lane here, so you got to be careful about the bicycles. Oh my God, they put the beaky bikes inside of the pavilion. So this pavilion has been a problem with the homeless camping out here. So they've been trying to do things in order to, you know, have something in there so that the homeless can't go in there. So they just put the beaky bikes in there. Look at that. So I wonder how much Beaky Bikes is paying for rent for this pavilion. Probably nothing. The city probably gave it to them. So they keep putting these concessions into the pavilions to have something in there to keep the homeless out of there. There was a while where we were hoping that they would give these spaces to the street performers. St. Augustine Church with the A-frame. It's a good marker when you're surfing in order to help with your lineup. It's a very distinct landmark that when you look back from the ocean you can recognize. Everybody always takes pictures in front of the fake waterfall. Here's another one of those pavilions. So this one's got a kind of like a fruit stand or smoothies or something. Oh, it's not even open. Coffee and breakfast. A nice view of Waikiki Beach. A little protected swimming areas here. We used to refer to this area as the Japanese pools, because this is where the Japanese tourists would always swim, but we don't have that many Japanese here right now, so this is mostly non-Japanese. Here's another pavilion. Concession use only. Well, those are nice tables. Yeah, nothing in there. Just deserted. Come on, city, you need to step it up. So the Spaniard tree here, there's a hula stand over here to the left, where before COVID, twice a week, they would have hula free to the public out here on the hula mound. I don't understand this area here. Supposedly there's no parking in here, but you get the locals parking here all the time. Sometimes like this area here, you'll have trucks just backed in like they're having a picnic, and it's not very often that the cops even do anything about it. But yeah, right here, the hula mound. Used to be twice a week they would have a free show at sunset. So right as the sun is going down, these guys are putting on a hula show. I think it gave the hula halaus like practice performing for the public, which is a good thing, because then they practice for the big contest that comes up in, I think it's March, the Merry Monarch Festival, which is held on the Big Island. It's like the Olympics of hula. So no parking, loading and unloading only. But you get these cars that park in here, you get cars that park inside of there too. They're actually not allowed to be there except for just to unload their boards and then go park somewhere else. But I mean, look, These guys are parked. Nobody around. Yeah, the enforcement of the laws is really bad here. And that's why you get things like, you know, the shooting that occurred a couple of days ago. Actually, the homeless problem hasn't been that bad today. I saw the cops clearing out the homeless the other day, so.
You didn't know if he wanted me to put money in there or did you?
I saw that one of the bills going through City Council right now is them asking them to actually enforce this law that they put into place about between 5 and 10 years ago. The sit and lie law, where you're not allowed to sit or lie on the sidewalk. So here's the Duke statue, Duke Kahanamoku. There's a camera up here on the pole where you can tell your friends that you're there. They can log on to the internet and you can wave to the camera and they can see you. So I remember back in the 90s, early 90s when they put this in, it was kind of controversial. The surfers were saying that they shouldn't have the Duke standing with his back to the ocean. You never stand with your back to the ocean. So it was kind of controversial, but it looks more like he's like welcoming you to the ocean. Duke Kahanamoku. Sorry. So over here are the rocks. I forget what you call them. The priest rocks. So this is the Hyatt Regency, and then there's the police substation. So these rocks, there was these guys, you know, like high priests that were visiting from Tahiti, and then whenever they were going to leave, as kind of like a tribute, they had the Hawaiians get these big rocks and bring them down to the beach. They brought them from high up in the mountains, and they brought them down here to the beach. And they've been moved around a couple of times. It used to be, you know, a lot of people would just, they were out here on the beach and people would just walk all over them. So they put them over here to where they don't get messed up or anything. The Hawaiians are kind of upset about the fact that they're fenced in, like they're in jail or something. But overall, I think it's just to protect them from people just walking all over them. But you see the rock here. The Hawaiian word for the rock is pohaku, and the rocks are sacred. They contain mana, which is like a spirit energy, so you don't want to be messing with the rocks. So at some of the spots like Makapu'u Lookout and the Blowhole, you get these people that like to go and stack the rocks. They think they're cool because they can stack a bunch of rocks on top of each other. Yeah, don't do that. The rocks are sacred. They contain mana, and it's unnatural to see them stacked one on top of the other like that. So yeah, don't do that. Surfboard rentals and canoe rides. I'm really surprised that more people don't do the canoe rides. They have to wait until they get a certain number of people in the canoes, and then you kind of got to haggle with them about getting to go out. And the times that I've done it, you catch like 3 waves and then they're coming back in and you're like, what, that's it? But it's hella fun. So here's the Waikiki concession stand. This thing's been here forever. Oh, they've got those same nice wooden tables over here. That's new. Whoa. Get a room. Oh, back here is the old surf racks that got burned down twice. There used to be surf racks in here with these really big longboards. People would rent these places in order to keep their big surfboards down here so they wouldn't have to carry them down here every time. And someone set it on fire. They rebuilt it, and then someone set it on fire again. And right there where the homeless person is in the wheelchair, that's the police station. So literally right out the window of the police station, this thing has been set on fire twice. They just repainted the side of the building that was all black from the fire. But I think they don't plan on putting the surfboards back in again. They're going to move them somewhere else. Homeless sleeping literally outside the window of the police station. So this is the police station. So these police cars, these are like their personal cars that at the end of the day, they take the light off the top and they can take that home. And it's like their personal car. So yeah, that's a police car. The guy just took the light off the top and just put it in the trunk. Lawson Station, it's kind of like an ABC store, but they seem to cater to the Japanese more. Oh, they've got the Dole ice cream, the Dole Whip ice cream in there. So you don't have to go all the way to Dole Pineapple to get it. There are places in Waikiki where you can get it. So here is the Moana Surf Rider, built in 1901. Coffee shop. So across the street on the right is the International Marketplace. And then here on the left is the Outrigger Waikiki. Balenciaga. That's that clothing store that has been controversial because of the child exploitation, I think. What is that above it? Karaoke. Oh, Sky. Oh, okay. Skybox. So this is semi-illegal pedaling on the sidewalk like this. So they're like outright selling things on the sidewalk. This is the kind of thing that I used to get arrested for.
Right.
Oh, you guys used to sell the Lays down by the Halikoa.
Yeah, Halikoa, Hilton, Duke.
Yeah, yeah. All right, good luck. Yeah, I remember one time their mom came down. They've been doing this since they were like teenagers. And one night their mom came down and says, "Hey, have you seen my kids?" I was like, "No, I haven't seen them tonight." And they said, "All right, I'll check the jail." Because they would arrest them, but because they were minors, they would just let them back out. But I guess they're not minors anymore. They used to always say that they were raising money for like their cousin's soccer match or volleyball match or something like that. So this alley here has the surfboard. It's kind of like the one that got burnt down over there. This one's still here. Actually, this one got burnt too. Yeah, they burnt this one too. They just repaired it, the bottom here. They're probably gonna move this one too. I saw something about them wanting to move the surfboards. Were they talking about this one? They're like, because you know they burnt down the other one by the substation.
Yeah.
That I think they're gonna relocate them all somewhere else. Yeah. So this leads to the beach. All right. Aloha.
Hey. Is everybody excited?
Ah, the girls with that tall guy. So here's the Cheesecake Factory. Usually the line to get in here in the evening is like over an hour. People are usually sitting on the wall here waiting to get in. This is so illegal. This is a public sidewalk, and these guys are taking up. See the brass line here? They're on the public side of the brass line, making a line to get into their store. It's not right. There's the Apple store. So that was the revolving restaurant up there. It was called the Top of Waikiki. It would rotate once an hour, but I don't think it's open anymore. So this is the Royal Hawaiian Shopping Center. To the left here, up those stairs right there is a coffee bar. Island vintage coffee. But I'm gonna go down here to get me an iced tea. Oh, we got the all-way crossing walk now. So now it's all pedestrians all at the same time, which I think is pretty smart because you don't have to worry about trying to turn left while people are crossing. There's a name for that kind of crosswalk. It's named after a person. It's like they have that really famous one in Japan. So what street is this? Seaside? Oh, is that a Mahu? So mahu is the Hawaiian word for the guys that dress as women, and they're more effeminate. So it's 1 or 2 streets over to the left from here where that shooting occurred almost a week ago. So to the right here is Ross. Oh, you can get a massage up here. It's like $21 for an hour massage. Lomi Lomi Massage. They changed their name lately. I think it's now Waikiki Massage. It used to be Waikiki Massage School. That's why the prices are so cheap, is because it's like students practicing. But yeah, it's like the 6th and 7th floor up there. So the 7th floor is the main floor. What's the address? 334 Seaside. You can find them on Facebook. So Ross Dress for Less. Yeah, I need to come down here later. I need to get some shorts for wearing around the house, just some elastic shorts. Wow, that was crazy. So that guy in the Securitas security uniform was wearing military ribbons. He was wearing military ribbons on his security uniform. Oh, did I miss it? I meant to stop and get a tea. Here we go. Coffee or tea Hawaii. They had a location over in the McCauley Shopping Center that I used to go to when I lived on Lime Street. But they have another location over here.
Yes, just a little bit.
All right, got my tea. They always freak out when I order just a regular black iced tea, because they mostly do like bubble tea or, you know, something kind of fancy. But I mean, this is actually on their menu as like the number 14 or number 17 or something. But they always freak out when I order just a regular black iced tea with sugar. But it's really nice. They're kind of impersonal, but the tea is really good. The Hyatt Centric Hotel. So this corner up here, straight across on the other side of the street, used to be a hub for really bad stuff. The upper floor was the gay bar, and then there was Tsunami's bar over here, and then there was a way to get into the back, and there was always just bad stuff happening back there. But we've got the cross. But it finally got shut down. My friend Dave says that he had something to do with it. There was a shooting range in the back, and they had just piles of lead from the shooting range, and then all the lead dust, and so it was like a hazard, and so he got them shut down. And so now that place has been empty for like 5 years. Oh, you see the rainbow flags in the back. There must be another gay bar back there now. So up here, this is the McDonald's where that FBI agent was drunk when he was here for the Obama 2008 Asia Pacific Conference. So it was an FBI agent, Christopher Deedy or something like that, that shot a local guy in here. Got into a conversation with this local guy, and the FBI agent pulled his gun and shot him. And the FBI agent was drunk. He was like off duty and drunk. So this straight across from here, that used to be a bikini shop. You got to be careful at some of these places about crossing, because sometimes these people here are trying to turn right here. They'll have the right of way, and people will be walking and then it makes it really hard for this car to be able to turn while he has the green arrow if people are crossing in the crosswalk. So right here, this is a pizza joint. There's like a counter here. It's like a hole in the wall pizza joint. It's really good. So this magazine here, I have an ad in here. Since COVID, it's gotten really thin. It used to be like 4 or 5 times this thick. But the fact that, you know, there's not a lot of competition in here anymore is actually kind of good for me if people pick these up, because the ad for my tour company is right there at the bottom. So there is a trick to crossing in Waikiki. If you're on a one-way street, so this street here is only one way. So if you look and there's no cars coming, it's kind of okay to cross, but only in those situations. I mean, legally it's not, but sometimes it's kind of pointless if you're standing there and there's no cars coming in. There's only one direction that they can be coming from. But in the other situations where there's, you know, possibility of cars coming, yeah, you see people just walk right out to the crosswalk while there's cars coming. So you got to know which ones you can do it at and which ones you can't. All right, I'm almost back home. There's a t-shirt shop over here that's really popular with the Japanese. 88 Tees. There's another location on Kalakaua Avenue right behind there. But it's just like old t-shirts, like, you know, old like comic book, you know, like Spider-Man and stuff like that, and just like vintage t-shirts. this is a challah tree. The crazy roots. Yeah, almost home. There's the Ritz-Carlton up there. Ooh, wow. Oh, I just missed the light. I'll go the long way around. See what these Chinese lanterns are all about. Is it Chinese New Year? Oh yeah, Chinese New Year is coming up, huh? Hey Siri, when is Chinese New Year?
Chinese Lunar New Year is on Sunday, January 22nd, 2023.
Yeah, January, what did it say, 22nd? Chinese Lunar New Year. What does she have in her mouth? Oh, maybe it was the microphone. Wow, this would be a good night to do the astronomy. Look at, there's no clouds. What time is it? 2:44. Yeah, it was a long walk. You guys remember what time we started? It was like 12:30. Now it's 2:44. Oh, there's the baby tern. It's right up there. All right, that's it. I'm home.